Hello, everybody, and welcome to the One Trick Hero podcast. My name is Paxfos, and this is episode 11. I am joined today by Voxia.
Greetings.
And Fish Whisper.
Yo.
And we are the Breakfast Club with Charlemagne the God, Angela Yee, and... Oh, wait, who's the other guy? I always forget his name.
No, I just got killed. Damn it.
Are you in are you on Fortnite?
Yeah, I was finishing that out. I did that SMG.
Oh, were you not? Oh, okay, all right. Anyways, as I was saying, episode 11. We're going to be going over a few things today. A lot of stuff happened this last week, namely the Stage 2, what do you call it? Playoffs. I don't know why they call them playoffs. Like, playoffs should be actual playoffs. These should just be called, like, the Stage 2 show match or something.
Money match.
The money match, yeah. It should be called something other than playoffs, honestly. Because it's like, like when they say that on the stream, like when my wife overhears it or something, she'll be like, oh, playoffs are already here? It's like, well, no.
No, just a mini playoff.
Just one of the, mini playoff. But it's like, it doesn't, I don't know. That definitely, I think, needs to change personally. But anyways, mini playoffs was, we had one upset at the very least.
Yeah,
that was
definitely.
It was Philadelphia versus.
I don't think London are too happy.
No, it was a good game though. Like that was
a great series.
Yeah, that was a great series, and then of course, so it was Philly versus London, and then after that, after Philly beat them in a very close matchup, it was Philly versus New York. New York was in the top seat there, and that was really close too. That was down to fifth map, and was it were they 1-1 on the control, or was it? Did New York win 2? They 2-1. Okay,
I'm pretty sure.
I couldn't remember.
Yeah.
Either way, that was a fantastic game.
Wait, but the last map wasn't control anyway. It was a payload. Remember?
What?
Yeah, because otherwise they could draw the fifth map in the mini playoffs.
How could they draw
the last
control?
Map was payload.
Yeah, the last map's payload.
Yeah, but it's impossible to drop control.
I thought it was payload. That was the last one they played.
It was payload.
Oh, you're right, because it was on Dorado, right? Yeah, Dorado.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. Okay. No, that's right. No, you're true. But it is impossible to tie on a control.
I know. They just specified that it's so that they couldn't draw. That's why their payload's there. So.
Oh, I thought control wouldn't control be a better map? But it could be a better game type for tiebreaker because it's even on both sides. There's literally no.
Well, that's how they have it for the regular season.
Yeah, that's
game.
how
Or I mean, for the
season.
Right.
Yeah, for the non-money match ones.
But
they need to call it something else, man.
you're not gonna tie pushing the payload, so.
Oh my goodness.
I guess neither team could touch it.
Yeah, but
Period.
Either way, it was
stupid.
Either way, it was a fantastic matchup. But we've had some. What?
What?
I mean, if both teams made a gentleman's agreement to not touch the payload, just to confuse the scores, just to make that.
Well, I guess it's statistically possible to tie on a payload map, because if you get them at, let's say, 62.5 meters, it's possible that the enemy team is held at 62.5 meters.
No, because once you hit 62.5, you win.
No, technically you'd have to get to 62.6. Technically,
I mean, we had a game stalled at 0.0. So
well, no, that's a bug on the client. That's a client-side bug. But that's like from what I've gathered and what I've read, that is a bug on your end, like what your client is reading, but not what the actual server reads. So if we're stuck at 0.0, that's a bug with the exact time that we're seeing, but technically on the server that everybody's connected to, it is still not technically there.
I see.
So I guess competitively, especially on those local area network, those the tournament clients that they're on with zero ping and all that.
Yes.
That's not an issue. They don't have issues like that. And actually, excuse me, I'm sorry about that. That actually also is the reason why there will be sometimes you'll see what looks like on the spectator side no hit reg, where you'll see like a dragon blade and it looks like it didn't hit anybody, or it looks like it was supposed to hit somebody but you didn't actually see the hit register in when you're watching it on Twitch, and that's because there's an issue. There's like a little bit of a delay with the spectator client, so the spectator is seeing it in a weird way where it sometimes doesn't quite pick up everything, but on their end they clearly missed, but the client wasn't able to, I guess, like update fast enough, so it looks like it should have hit.
I mean, that makes sense. There's
Yeah.
those kind of bugs in all games. So
Well, right, but the point is it's not a competitive bug, so it's not like, oh, they should have won because Linkser should have landed that blade. It's like, no, he actually missed it, but you just couldn't tell because it's a little desynced with the spectator client. Not much, but just enough to where there's sometimes some no hit reg that you might think is.
well, yeah, but I mean, like that happens in everything.
Yeah. So, anyways, that's that. Recent news here: Sabiobi is going to be throwing the first pitch at the Mets game.
Yeah, I saw that. That's pretty cool.
Pretty awesome exposure for esports. I'm excited.
Apparently,
for that.
he like kind of competitively bowled before he got into gaming. So
What is
at least
what is competitive bowling?
It's like regular bowling, but you hit the pins.
yeah, all the time.
Regular
I
bowling,
don't-
you're
I
not
don't know
supposed to
if
hit
it's
the
a thing.
pins.
No, it must be.
Not all the
I suck at
time.
bowling.
Because if you're capable of hitting the pins, you're probably going to be a competitive
I guess that makes sense.
bowler. Are there bowlers?
What?
That's
Bowl-
weird.
There's actually a group of Koreans that go to this bowling alley I've been to here twice, and they have a weird technique where they like throw the bowling ball and make it bounce and then like roll, but they knock down almost every pin every single time. So
They
it's
throw it?
effective. They don't like just roll it from a start. They like toss it underhand and then it bounces once and then rolls.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Isn't it? Yeah,
I
that's how you're supposed to do it.
I guess I tried
I
it.
feel
And I
like
couldn't
that
get to
would
do it.
piss me off. If
But it
people
looks
bouncing
different. It
bowling
doesn't-
balls in
like,
my
if you
bowling
look-
alley.
If you watch a professional bowler, the ones I've seen before, it's not the same. I'm just bad at describing it. It's
Oh,
really
okay.
weird way they're doing it, but it's
I saw this
fucking
kid
effective
that,
as hell.
like-
So
like threw it from his chest like a bounce pass and just bounced it off, and then it
well,
would
I've
go
done that.
there.
Just because I get bored because I suck at it so bad that I start just throwing it in weird ways to make myself laugh. One time I just ran. I actually just ran down a bowling lane and just chucked it at the pins out at the bottom and did get caught by management, so they didn't kick me out.
No, I
Strike.
slipped one time because I got too far up, and then I stopped going too far.
Sounds
Um,
painful.
I don't like bowling.
Yeah,
I-
bowling sucks. I've
I-
tried to enjoy it. I just can't.
It's fun when you're drunk.
It's
I
not
don't
fun
think so.
ever.
It's
There's
so
way
fun, I
more
don't even want to
activities
get
that I
drunk.
could enjoy if I was drunk.
Yeah,
rather
it's
than
like I've tried.
bowling.
And
I'm trying to
it's so
get. I'm giving
unfun.
it a fair shake. Jesus, guys.
It's so
I
unfun
gave
that
it
if
a
I
fair
go there,
shake, and
I
didn't
don't
like
even
it.
want to drink.
So
I just
everyone
want to
should
leave
hate
the
it.
bowling alley.
I don't like it, so everyone should hate it.
I would hate it less if I could wear my own fucking shoes that weren't bowling shoes.
Yeah,
That's the only part
I
I
hate
like.
bowling shoes.
that you wear.
Really?
You like wearing random shoes.
I like wearing fancy shoes. It's fun.
Fancy bowling shoes. are
It's
Fancy.
just
Yeah, shoe la la.
he just wears
You know,
like wears like
Shoes for a
loafers.
Special occasion in a man's life.
Wears nice
I
loafers.
guess, yeah, that makes sense.
Birthday, bar mitzvahs, shoe la la, fancy shoe.
How many bar mitzvahs do you go to?
Me, none.
Oh, okay.
But that's doesn't really have any.
Wait, so we don't want to talk any about why Philly got further than they did?
Oh,
can talk
are you
about
talking?
that.
Are you
Yeah.
talking about Snillo?
Snillo fucking played
We can talk
really
about
well.
Snow. Yeah,
that
his
game 5
face
pop out on.
looks spooky.
Yeah,
That shit was really good.
Snillo was killing it. EQO killed it.
EQO, dude, EQO is fucking insane. I think
Um,
he's starting to make a legitimate case for himself to be the best Genji in the league. At least
Yes,
currently.
and Carp.
So far he
well.
hasn't not popped off just crazily.
Oh yeah, for sure. The real star was Carpe though. Carpe was
Carpet,
just
yeah, carpet.
Well, not
was-
against Nixel. He
No.
was the star against London, but then
Yeah.
Libro was like, "Hey, bro, nope, I'm gonna control your ass."
I don't know.
I don't know about control.
Libero
I
outside
don't
Tons
know.
of times against
Yeah,
Nixel. Did you watch the series?
I did.
Yeah,
I
but he's
did.
landed shots too, though.
Oh yeah, I know.
It
But I
wasn't
mean,
like
he-
it was
he
a
got-
one.
That's not what I'm talking about. I'm just
Yeah,
saying Libero just hard countered him the whole series. He wasn't able to pop off. EQO was popping off more versus New York because he wasn't countered as hard.
Well, yeah, I don't know. It
It's
was
not like
really
Carpe isn't insane. It's
it
just
it was a
Libero's
5-game
also insane.
series. The New York versus Philly, like that was a 5-game series. They did a really good job. Like I don't feel like Nixel obviously was better. They played
Where
better.
you going, dog?
Oh, I thought you were talking to me. I'm like,
Yeah.
where you going, dog? And I'm
Boy,
like,
where are you going with that?
I don't know.
Yeah, where you going, dog? Get to
Obviously,
the point.
obviously Nixel played really, really good, but I don't think it was like an outright shutdown on anybody's part versus Philly. At least it didn't seem like that to me, anyways. I didn't feel like Carpe was shut down. I didn't feel like Fraggy was really shut down.
That's why they were able to get the last 3 maps when Carpe was playing, is because they shut him down. That's a big part of the reason they were able to win, because they switched their strategy. Originally, they were just running strats that they had prepared for London just to see if they would work, and they weren't. So they switched up their stuff and played to counter Carpe since he was popping off so hard, and it worked out.
Well, I mean, yeah. I don't know. It just didn't feel like a shutdown to me. It just felt like an outplay more so than because
That's what I'm saying.
yeah, I guess that's part of it.
I didn't say they completely shut him out and he fucking couldn't do anything.
I was gonna say
I said
because he was
popping
doing
off,
stuff,
and
yeah.
then they muted his effectiveness by countering
He
it.
was swimming downstream against the Spitfire, and then Carpe was swimming upstream against Nixel.
Yeah,
Exactly.
But regardless, excellent series though.
That's like I was telling you, it was cool too because in stage 1 mini playoffs, whatever the hell, Libero's. I mean, Nixel as a whole kind of choked in certain ways, but Libero didn't perform up to his usual standard, I felt. But in this playoffs, he played more consistent every map than any other person on Nixel. Even Sabiobi was like half asleep the first 2 maps, it looked like.
Dude,
but he was playing off the wall shit that wasn't normal, like Roadhog and shit.
What is it with Sabiobi? And it's interesting that he's the one to throw the pitch at the Mets game because that dude cannot land a pulse bomb to save his fucking life. Like, I know he doesn't need to.
Well, because obviously he's gonna pitch. He's the star player of the team. They can't have Jonak do it because he would just kill the fucking catcher because he would throw like 5 baseballs at one time and they'd all hit the dude in the head.
You just see him holding balls like this and charging up. Like, what is he doing? Like, is he gonna throw the ball? Like, oh my god, he killed the catcher.
Dead. Yeah, his head explodes.
Um,
Jonak could have been a Metalocalypse character, to be honest. Now that I think about it.
Oh my god,
Jonak.
I got a pet. His name is Jonak.
Real headshots.
So league wide, our boys, the Houston Outlaws, are 5th, and Philly clawed their way up to 4th. They were league wide, or stage 1, they were 7th. And they got ahead in stage 2, so that kind of put them a little bit above there.
That's a perfect segue into what that just reminded me of. So Linkser against Soul. Holy shit, he was playing some awesome Widowmaker.
Oh
And
yeah.
since we didn't touch on that or talk about it at all, and that's the only part of this whole thing I want to talk about, dude, Linkser was fucking landing every shot he was taking.
Yeah, he was nasty.
That was fantastic.
That was a good game, actually. Houston versus Dynasty.
Linkser's Widow was horrifying in that game.
Yeah, it was nice to see him pop
he
off
shut
again.
Fleta down. Like
Yeah.
he was hard countering the whole team.
Well, to be fair, I think he's probably the best counter, one of the best counter snipers. Yeah, we've said it before.
Yeah, we all said that last time.
Yeah,
but the caster started saying it, so we can't say it anymore.
Oh, did the casters say that?
Yeah, they did. Again,
that's what they drop
a
every
week
time
after
we
we
play.
said it.
Oh, never mind
Yeah.
then. Never mind. We can't say it anymore.
Yeah, Linkser is the best.
Yep.
Yeah. You can't never touch on.
So, but anyways, this last stage, we had some good rounds. Unfortunately, it wasn't as good for our favorite teams as Stage 1. Stage 1, we saw Boston really giving it to everybody. Houston was number 2 in the Stage 1 standings. Stage 2, Stage 1 winner. Stage 2.
I mean, It was good for me. My favorite team won this time.
Well, your favorite team's been on top of the stage every single time. Well,
Yeah, I know.
yeah, this time
Lynx
Nixel
dominated the whole world, so that's good enough for me.
Yeah.
You really should have gone to Houston for that signing.
And Houston can't implode on itself like any other team. So, man, I'm set. I don't care.
Yeah, there's been so much team
We're just
drama.
feeling shit out, man.
I can barely
I ain't
keep up.
worried.
I can barely keep up with what's the latest haps with teams, aka Dallas Fuel, and as of right now, Valiant. Valiant's on the drama alert there with that whole video clip they released of them basically telling Agilities to go fuck himself. Not
Well,
really.
I mean,
Not real.
yeah.
It was the most professional way to say you're not playing anymore.
Well, I mean, they said they were giving him another chance.
No,
in
no,
that video, they
he's on sister team and he's done.
Well, he played the two stages or the two matches after they released that video
And he's done.
in
now.
chronological. Yeah,
Hey,
but I mean,
it's okay.
they
took
did
them all
give
to a
him
hockey
his
game,
chance.
so
It's
better
no, I do not buy that. To me, that video and what they did and how they're treating the sister squad is stupid. In my opinion, it is stupid. That is not a way to run a team at all.
Oh, I'm not saying it's good. I'm just
No,
saying that
that is-
they did what they said they were going to do in the video.
Well, yeah.
I don't necessarily agree with the process. You'd think it would at least have been done in some sort of professional setting instead of just a fucking like.
You're
Is
18.
that-
Hold on. You're 18 years old. You're a professional player now. You're entering the world of professionalism. You have not worked a real job or done anything that involves needing to build professional skills, okay? You just want to play the fucking game. You're getting better. And then you get this like ultimatum like, "Hey, you need to get really good in like 2 days or we're cutting you cuz it's your fault. Everything's your fault. It's all your fault that we're losing." When clearly it's not Agility's fault they're losing. They are losing because of probably several reasons. Management's probably one of them, but that's just an assumption. But
Well, they're losing because they're not playing like a fucking team.
Yeah.
They're throwing the fucking the gloves at each other.
well, yeah, when you come into an environment and if you go to your team practice and the team's like, "Yeah, it's your fault," and they're not, and even Agility said in the fucking PR video, Agilities was like, "Yeah, they said it to me in a not so nice a way, But I'm on the sister team now, so that's good." I'm like, ugh, okay. Okay, hold on. I just want to get to the editing of that video. They got like the positive, upbeat music for like all the 6 benched players that have just been depressed playing ranked in their rooms all the time because they can't fucking play OWL.
Grim Reality.
Yeah,
and,
so they got this like peppy, upbeat music.
Who are even the other ones? I forget. Other than Grim Reality, who else is writing?
Grim, I mean, it's Grim Reality, Numlocked, Silk Thread, Agilities. Who else? Not Kareev. What's on their roster? Hold
Kareef
on.
apparently said he wants to go back to playing support.
Yeah. Hold on. Let's see. It's.
I think it's. I really hope.
Oh,
that
Space.
Silver-
Space is in there. Which Space is actually probably one of the best
yeah, that's
players on
right.
Valiant. He's 17 though, and I think that's why he's on the bench.
I think- Hopefully, the
and-
ones just riding the bench can get an opportunity to get picked up by like a team that
I forget.
actually feel.
Wait,
them,
hold on.
'cause
Numlock. It's 6 of them on the
Yeah.
bench. It's Numlocked,
Stump Thread was
Agilities.
legitimately pretty good looking when he was playing with them in
Yeah.
stage 1.
Honestly, okay.
So was Agilities.
when they
man.
were doing their
Yeah,
when they were
agilities too.
I was gonna say when they were doing their best, they had Agilities and Silk Thread that were
And Silk
filtering
Thread,
in
yeah.
and out.
They were subbing him out and doing different shit like the other teams are instead of
Yeah.
and like okay, so Numlocked, I understand why he's not on their main roster. He's actually not the best tank. Like he is a good tank, but like comparatively, statistically, and his previous performance, he's not been quite as up to par as some of the other tanks in the league. But to just isolate them and not let you scrim with the team, just that I don't know. That seems. I can't think of a single successful professional sport roster that isolates their bench players or their rookies.
Yeah, you think they'd.
I cannot think of a single successful
Some
league.
matches.
If you guys can think of one, let me know. I don't.
No.
I can't. I don't
Not
think that's how you.
having any practice with the team is gonna take you down.
I mean, it's just.
Yeah.
It's
Well-
poor management. That's what it is.
Yeah, it is.
Cool. Well, now that we've hit the Valiant thing, speaking of other great management decisions, so anyone else think it's funny that the most successful Dallas Fuel decision was made by somebody eating Jack in the Box too soon?
I don't get it.
So you know why Siegel got to play, right?
Oh God.
Did you read that?
Oh
portion
yeah.
of it?
Oh
Yeah.
Time to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, it's time to
Actually,
eat too much
I wouldn't
Jack
have
in the
said that
Box.
anyway.
Oh.
Siegel looked fantastic on
No,
defense.
yeah, I know he
Like
did.
that shit was
God.
ridiculous. Right at the
But-
gate when they were playing New York, I was like, "What the fuck?" Siegel
I'm
is
just
just
saying,
a monster.
it's funny that it came out that wasn't like a planned thing. It only happened because
Yeah.
he was on the toilet, and they were like, "All right, whatever. I guess just let Siegel go."
Yeah, I saw that and forgot about it because I wasn't sure if it was real or a joke.
Yeah,
or
no, I'm not
something,
discrediting Siegel's play at all. I've said
Yeah,
from
no,
the
he
very
was-
beginning
Dallas-
that I think it's unfair how little he gets to.
I mean, he said
they
he
give him to contribute.
it fits him well, and then he goes on stage and absolutely fucking proves
He
it.
does well on every character.
looked-
Like he does perfectly fine. The fact that he's not like being talked about as a weak point, that kind of shows that he's doing just fine on the team.
I didn't even think it was like the casters were like, I give him a B plus as Diva. I was like, what? That
Okay.
dude like looked better than B plus in
The-
my
wow.
opinion.
I think the fact that he's on Dallas Fuel is kind of clouding a lot of people's judgment of him, because here's the thing, and this is what I think of actually a good chunk of the Dallas Fuel players. When you have players that have A, outstanding records like Siegel, and B, clearly have incredible talent, and when they're left to their own devices make incredible plays and incredible decisions for their team, and he's not the only one on Dallas Fuel that's like that. When that is what you have for your talent pool and none of it's working out, what's the common denominator? It's management. It's the team. It's the other guys. Like, honestly, I think that's their problem too. Who knows what the exact reasons are, but I mean,
Well, I mean, there's always you can't always try to blame management. But sometimes management just sometimes personalities on the team clash about. There's just
are you going to see Siegel clashing with some personalities?
No. I'm not
Yeah.
talking in terms
Come
of
on.
Siegel specifically.
No,
I'm just
but-
saying. I'm just saying there has been rosters in esports.
The players
in
clashing
sports.
though, that's kind of
That's part of the manager's
that's kind
job.
of management's
But I mean, there
job
are
is to
people.
not get players that
Exactly.
There are
Exactly.
instances where people just fucking change and refuse to work along with them. So you have to
Yeah, I
pay
agree
for
with
something.
that.
Let's
Those are
see.
the kind
Let's
of
see. We have on
situations
Dallas
where they should be
Fuel.
moving them.
On Dallas Fuel, we have Custa, Mickey, and Siegel. Maybe the three most fucking positive players in the league, with the exception of Ark, because Ark's just eternally positive.
Yeah.
He could be burning in a fire pit, and Ark would still be like, "Well, it's not that bad." But anyways, but those.
But you know what? To be fair, I think Mickey would be right along there doing the same shit. Have you ever seen him not smiling? Like when they were getting stomped, he's still laughing
Yeah,
and smiling.
Yeah, exactly. But we're talking about three incredibly positive players that are very much team players. That's the way they are. And you have the effects and talents, the talent of effect on your team. Harry Hook is one of the most versatile players ever. Like, you have a huge talent pool and just nothing's coming of it. It tells me there's management issues. So but we've seen it. Well, but I was going to say,
just saying it's not as simple as a lot of people on Reddit want to say, where it's just blame management. It's all their fault. There's
well,
no,
a lot of
like,
people just want to blame Kai, which
fish in the pond.
it
There's
might
a
be.
lot of. I mean, with any problem, there's usually like tons of tiny moving parts that cause things to fucking.
It could be
Kai
one.
Kai confirmed Houston.
It's almost never as simple as just blaming one person or one entity.
Well, but
everybody has a part in it not working.
Well, I know, but it's possible it is one person, but we just
Oh,
don't
yeah,
have
it
we
can
just
be.
we just don't have enough information. But the reason why it looks this way, I mean, take a look at Florida Mayhem. Florida Mayhem was doing like they were right in the dumps with Shanghai Dragons. They recently got new coaching, new staff. They moved closer. They're not so far away. They don't have as much of a drive now to get to the arena. They got they have a sub in now. They have a no, yeah, well, yeah, okay, but they got all this stuff, right?
That's what he just calls the cab. He doesn't have to drive the bus.
Okay, but they got all this infrastructure, and their management is improving and strengthening. And what do you have? More wins. They're getting better.
Well, yeah, I mean, the players have less to fucking worry about. They can just focus on their game.
Exactly. So that's why I'm very confident. Like in Houston Outlaws, their management's working well for them. At least on the coach side. I know Optics having issues right now as an organization, but that's just their backer. It hopefully doesn't affect them at all.
Houston marches Outlaws.
Wait, what? What about Houston?
Move on.
I didn't hear like half of your
That's
sentence when you were talking about the
Dude, you're such a dick.
problems.
It's all right. It's all right. We're done now.
Are
It's
no
over.
problems.
We're moving on. All right, next.
No, I'm being serious. I didn't hear like half of that sentence that you were talking about. Optic.
Optic is just having it. The guy who started Optic doesn't own Optic anymore.
Hex.
Yeah.
Isn't that a guy? Oh, he doesn't own Optic anymore.
No, he sold it. But there's a problem because the management is not what a lot of people that work for Optic are not happy with management now. So
Okay.
there's a bunch of stuff that going. I don't want to go too deep into it, but anyways, what I was saying is, in spite of that, Houston's doing a really good job with their team cohesion and stuff. All right, so let's go ahead and move on into PTR. Woo, yeah. So some stuff is changing that is going to mess with the meta again. Brigitte, she hasn't landed in Overwatch League, but I'm sure she's going to definitely mess with the meta a little bit. But we have further, and basically, kind of, she's looking to be an anti-dive, and the PTR stuff is also looking anti-dive. So let's go ahead and go into that. The first nerf, it's a kind of a nerf. It is a nerf, but it's a Diva. Her micro missiles are explosive damage. Not the direct impact damage, but the damage surrounding was reduced from 6 to 4 per missile. So slight damage nerf. I could see that. You know, she's super offensive. She can kill people quicker than some DPS can. I mean, I don't think that's going to hurt her viability in the comps that she's viable, but it just won't make her it'll just kind of tone down the damage just a tiny bit. I don't see that being an issue.
Is it just me, Fish, or his mic keeps cutting out? Like,
really?
Yeah, like
how bad?
I think
like
it's
every
just
once in a while, it's like the last few words in your sentence I just won't hear.
Well, maybe it's you're blocking me out because you don't like me anymore.
Yeah, that's it. I hate you.
I knew it.
No, I mean, but you'll start trailing off. You'll say like, oh, it'll tone down, and then it'll just be silence until like.
I think that's just you, man.
You start up.
No,
Weird.
I think mine's doing okay.
Okay. Anyway, so basically that nerfs they said right here is going to net result for total damage going to be 22% damage reduction. So.
I mean, it's a pretty hefty nerf.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a bad nerf personally.
But she's also a tank.
Yeah, that's the thing. She's a tank.
Well, she's a bruiser, but yeah.
Yeah, but you know what I mean.
Well, she's not. I guess there should be more of a tank.
Really,
more back into the soak roll.
Really, all this is doing is softening up dive because dive is strong, obviously. Mm-hmm. Excuse me. Okay, so May is getting a burnt.
Burnt? May's getting burnt?
May is getting
Is she a witch? Fucking Salem?
Burn her.
She's getting
the ice witch.
She's getting a buff. Not her right click, the icicles, but her like freezing thing. Endothermic blaster to be exact. It now pierces through enemies. So if there's a giant clumped up group of people, she can just hit. Instead of freezing one person, she can freeze a bunch. So that's gonna be. It does not pierce barriers though. Okay, that's good.
That's good.
Yeah. So yeah, that's more gives her just more CC.
I just saw your mouth move like 6 times. I didn't hear a single word.
I saw.
I don't have any other audio issues.
Did you hear
it? I heard it.
No, I didn't hear. I saw your lips moving, but I didn't hear any words come out.
Bro, I think your internet's
I'm not hearing them cut out.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
It's just only happening with you though. It's weird. It's not happening with Fish.
Just pretend.
That's true.
Anyway.
Anyways, so yeah, I think that's a good buff for May. I mean, she's really situational right now, anyways. So I don't see a buff like that making her overpowered or anything. It'll just help versus Death Ball.
Yeah.
I guess dive to some degree. I don't know, not really. Also, Reaper is getting a buff. He reloads his shotguns after you use Death Blossom, so you can go right back to killing people when you're done ulting and killing people. So that's cool.
That's pretty cool.
This is actually a pretty big buff. I like this. Wraith Wraith form, your movement speed bonus increased from 25% to 50%. It is
that's
This
awesome.
one's got escape now.
yeah, I think that puts
Yeah.
him more
You
in.
can close the distance too.
I was gonna say I think that puts him more in line with Moira's.
Now you can actually like
Speed,
reposition totally off of that
Yeah.
ability instead of just using it to hide from.
You
Yeah.
can also
OP
use it to
hit
get
or
behind
chase.
Reinhardt too. You know,
Yeah, that's pretty
get
cool.
around barriers
I like
and
that.
blow up a tank.
Oh, actually, this is really good too. You can now cancel the ability by pressing Shift or primary fire hotkey. So you can
Oh,
cancel. That's
You
actually
mean
really
that-
good.
You mean a fucking change that well, some of us anyway have wanted for like
Yep, long time.
a year now.
Okay.
I remember reading threads and people were like, that would make it OP because then you could shoot people and then Wraith form and then shoot people. I'm like, you think a higher skill cap on things is OP? Like I can't remember the exact
Well-
argument, but I remember just sitting there like laying in bed reading these and be like, you guys are
It's not
I don't-
really
I
any
don't agree
different
at
than
all.
the
It's
reload off of the McCree roll.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But there's
It's
people like
pretty much
it'll make
same.
Reaper totally OP because such and such. I'm just like, no.
It's a trade-off. You can
ridiculous.
tap it twice real quick and get your weapons reloaded.
Yeah,
and
but then you
shoot,
don't have
but
a
now you have no
cooldown
escape.
anymore, right? I didn't.
Yeah.
That was the main thing. I was like, you guys don't
It's the same way
understand. And
McCree's
it's just
roll works. You can use it offensively to get another to reload automatically and get another round of shots. But
people
you
just didn't
have
want to
it
understand
way.
that aspect of it. Just wanted to
It
complain
seems
about
like
why
the
it would
same
be
thing.
OP. Oh yeah, they were saying it'd be OP because like he could shoot you like twice, and then when you go to like if you're a McCree, let's say you go to flashbang, right? He could just press shift to cancel out your flashbang, and then come out of his shift and then finish you off. And I'm like, I don't understand why that's a bad thing.
First off,
that just takes
he can do that
skills.
now. You can counter flash.
Yeah, I mean, it's
What's
just
that?
harder because you have
Yeah.
to let the whole duration of the Wraith form go out, right?
And then, like, on top of that, it's just stupid. Like, I don't
Just
know a
the
better way to
two
put
of
it.
us.
I know. Perfect. Now it's the podcast. Everyone's
Yeah,
always
but I
wanted.
mean, it's like he could do that, but it was hard because if you go to Wraith form, then by the time you get out of Wraith form, sometimes they're able to get to safety. Now it's just better. It puts more control
Now you
over
gotta
his
hunt
like.
them. Yeah, now you can
playstyle
play
in his
that.
hand.
And on top of that, if you're good at McCree, you can just fucking shoot him in the head anyway, and it doesn't
Yeah.
really matter.
But it's exactly that was the main thing that I can never understand. People are like, oh, it's too offensive. I'm like,
If
okay,
you're playing
if he does that,
McCree and he gets
doesn't
on
have an
top of
escape.
you with the shotguns, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah.
I mean,
like-
it's just seriously. If he
Stay
cancels out, if
His
he
damage will be
uses
shit, and you can kill him.
if he uses his Wraith form to juke a hook or a flashbang, now he doesn't have an actual escape. So
And
whoever he
that's a
then
high
finishes
skill
off,
cap move.
focus. Yeah, exactly. Then you just focus him. Same as like you said,
Anything
McCree.
that raises the
rolling
ceiling
in and
isn't
stuff.
bad.
It's just
Yeah,
it's just so like annoyed by people being silly.
Well, I think
Fucking
inevitably
stupid.
Overwatch is going to raise the skill cap. Like, heroes are going to get more complicated, abilities are going to get more complicated. I mean, it's the same thing that happened with League of Legends. League of Legends started with very simple, very like OP quote unquote abilities, and over time, when they added more heroes, I mean, they had to tweak those heroes, not heroes, champions.
They've even gone back and changed reworked
Oh,
a lot of the heroes that have
absolutely.
like there's hardly any point and click abilities that do anything good. Like I mean, there's ones where it's like you point and click, there's a shield, but hardly is there any more like hard CC that's just point and click. It's usually something you have
shot.
to try to fucking use, which is
Yep.
good. Like we said,
Um,
increases the skill cap. That's why I think that's awesome, and it's good to see Blizzard continuing that trend. I don't want
Hanzo
any
now
more
just has one
Symmetras
grenade.
released in a game. Symmetra and Moira.
so what?
That's what they
Too low
should do
skill
with
cap.
Symmetra, actually. Instead of that, they should give her like her little like weapon, her gun thing. It should just be a grenade, and she just pulls the pin, and you can run and just explode. Like that's all.
But you can't throw the grenade.
You can't throw the grenade. So like,
No.
if you want to play her, you have to kill yourself. There's no other choice.
Yeah.
You have to get it. You have to die every
That
time
means
you kill.
that means if you tell Symmetra
Make it
to
even.
KYS in the
Yeah.
chat,
Now
it's
you're
not
being
even, you're not
supportive.
you're not being toxic. You're just giving them a pro strat. Hey, Symmetra, go
Exactly.
kill yourself. We need the team. We need
Yeah,
the damage
we
on
need
the
the help.
other team.
Now it turns that toxicity into positivity and fixes the
Ooh.
whole way.
That's
Ooh,
actually genius.
PMA.
Why try to
PMA.
beat toxicity when you can just turn it into
Yeah.
positive?
When you can just make it work for you. Like Symmetra gets buffs when you insult her.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Like, Symmetra, you're stupid. And she's like, I just got 300 shield. Hell yeah.
Yeah, teamwork.
she's
She gets some
autistic.
shield. Yeah, and that's how you get shields.
Oh, man.
There's the difference.
Okay. Anyways, continuing on in the patch notes for PTR, Moira is getting a little bit of a tweak to, not a tweak to any of her like damage numbers or anything like that, but basically the transparency on her effects whatever are being toned down so that when she's convalescencing,
Oh yeah, her ult. It doesn't blind you.
it doesn't blind you. Same thing with Fade and Biotic Grasp. The transparency has been adjusted so there's not as much visual clutter, which I think they need to do more of that with more heroes because
Again, another thing League did way down the line that was good. They not only they decreased some things and they made other things more apparent, but they because they overhauled their whole art style like 3 years ago or so to make everything easier to see, but still have it look cool and shit. So
I loved it when they changed the map on League of Legends. Some people
map update was so good.
Some people didn't like that.
Dude,
I can't believe people didn't like that.
Come on, yeah, but there's always everybody like
you know what their excuse was? They're like,
always
it's like Dota 2.
For any excuse to fucking be upset and enraged and like fucking just mad about anything. They just, fucking, what was it? Fucking the outrage, the fucking outrage generation or whatever.
Cult of outrage.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, cult of outrage.
Just like, what can I find to be upset with today? I'd love to be upset.
Yep, exactly. No, that's totally true. No, that's
rather just ignore things that upset me so I don't have to deal with them.
Yeah.
That's what I try to do.
Or head on, really apply directly to the forehead.
When you can't ignore them, then it becomes an issue, right? When you can't just ignore the things that
go right through them.
Yeah. So like, I needed to get rid of my Reddit account then.
That's like a weird. I don't know. Reddit's kind of like it's like when you have, like if you have like a cold sore or something where you like bit your cheek and you can't stop like fucking sitting there and like you like sit there and bite your lip or
like
whatever.
You've been around some unclean individuals and then you just get like a cold sore on the roof of your mouth.
Yeah.
On your lips.
Well, I'm. Like a canker sore, I think. I always call them the same thing, but I mean like
yeah.
Or like if you accidentally bite your lip, right? And then you keep like fucking playing with it, even though it hurts and it's bad for you. It's like picking a scab. You just can't. It's just human nature. You got to keep fucking doing that. That's how Reddit is for me half the time.
And
just doing a little ASMR.
Oh my god.
Hell yes.
I'm so triggered right now. Holy shit.
No, actually, something else. This is completely irrelevant, but it's cool to me. So, my tortoise, Watson, he normally had these little pellets right here that I've been giving him with his other stuff. He's just been upgraded to the big boy pellets.
My god. Can he eat that?
Well, he was eating like 25 of these at a time.
No, but can he like put his mouth around that?
This? Oh, yeah. He can eat anything.
How big is your tortoise
Debris, rocks, fingers. He's a monster. He's pretty good size. And they soften up so he can get them. I mean, it's just grass too, but
nice.
Good size.
Nice.
He's pretty big. He's about as big as my fist now. So
nice.
Yeah, you imagine my eating this. Yeah.
Do you want to know what else is big? Not these Zenyatta nerfs. They're not that big. Zenyatta on the PTR, his Orb of Destruction, the secondary rate of fire, the right click, has been reduced to 15%.
We're on stream, so I'm not going to eat one.
From what?
Oh, not there's two reduced by 15%.
Okay.
So just the charge rate on him, basically the rate of fire for it, or the rate of fire rather. So.
Wait, is it the charge rate or the rate of fire?
No, it's the rate of fire. It's rate of fire.
Okay. So it's how fast all 5 of them shoot after you have them full charge.
Yes.
Okay.
That to me does not seem like it's.
That's a direct nerf to Jonak, that's for sure.
No, actually, Jonak did a interview on this change, and he said that's actually not going to affect him that much at all.
Yeah, I mean,
because he said the damage is still the same, so it doesn't make a difference. At that
well, yeah, usually you don't really spam anyway.
That's what he was saying. You don't.
It's like you shoot them out, and then there's usually a second or two gap anyway where you're waiting to see if somebody's poking. I just wanted to fucking joke around.
Yeah.
But thanks. I guess it's no fun cast anymore, huh?
Jesus.
No fucking jokes, eh?
Oh my god! Going in the trash. Okay.
The trash.
So
What?
There's also a bunch of bug fixes, but that's about it.
Who cares about that?
Also, wait. wait, huge update. Heroes can now be selected by double-clicking the hero icon during hero select. So it's easier for you to insta-lock your hero.
Oh shit, that's
Yay.
awesome.
Yep.
Now I can be the best Hanzo there ever has been.
For those of us with SSDs, this is great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much the only other relevant thing here.
Now, if they could just implement a feature that automatically puts my cursor on the hero I want to double click, so I don't have to do anything.
Okay,
so you just hit enter as soon as you got a screen.
Yes, I was gonna say Fish. I didn't know you knew that. As soon as you hit the loading screen, you hit enter, and then you could have your cursor over where you need it to be.
Oh, that's a thing.
Did you guys not know that?
What?
So
I don't pay a lot of attention.
when you load into a map, like welcome to Hanamura or whatever, while it's loading, you technically can't see your cursor, but if you hit enter to chat, your cursor will pop up, and then you can just put your cursor where
you see,
it's going to be.
I'm not a piece of shit, so I don't insta-lock my heroes, so I wouldn't know that sort of thing.
No, I don't do that. I just, before we go into the loading screen, I keep my cursor.
Well, okay, no, hold on.
I'm used to
hold
it.
Hold on.
I would preemptively do it.
I never needed to do that in the past, but now that I'm a Brigitte main now, I need to get her right away, and everybody else is vying for her, so I just do that, and I get her every time.
Well, yeah, I always put my cursor down on the bottom anyway before the map load in, and then have it over the area.
Yeah.
But sometimes my brain like farts, and I forget like where a hero is, and I'll like stare, and instead of seeing the one I want, I'll see all of them at the same time, and I'm like,
wow, that's like 5D chess, dude. That's so badass. You're like a third eye.
It's the opposite. It's like stupid.
Man,
I'm just like
I have a
processing too much
pool of
information.
2 heroes, so.
Oh yeah, shit, forgot to talk about the other thing. There's a fucking video on it.
Massive,
developer update video on the avoid his teammate feature, which is going to be implemented.
Oh yeah.
I got you.
I mean, for the vast majority of people, it won't really matter, but for people up at the ladder and like the more close knit elos and stuff, that's really huge. That's great for them.
It's gonna be good for when you're dealing with people like just Steve-O.
It's gonna be good for anyone who had to. Yeah, I was gonna say anybody who's ever had to play a game with Steve-O ever.
Yep.
That'll be awesome.
Yeah, I watched his stream the other day because I didn't know who he was. Dude, he's kind of a douchebag.
Kind of.
Like I've never seen his stuff or like paying any attention. It came up on the recommended one because I don't really watch that many streams. And I was like, what's this? And I clicked it, and it was just this guy playing Symmetra. And he was, like, complaining at his other people that he was playing with that they should really be like, oh, you shouldn't be playing that. You should throw in this tank instead. That's stupid that you're doing this. But he was, like, complaining at people for running characters when he was running fucking Symmetra.
Yep.
I was like, this fella.
No, he does that. He does that on purpose. Like, the whole reason why he streams or plays Overwatch at fucking all is simply to troll the shit out of everybody and just play Symmetra. Like, he's the Symmetra main.
That's not even the good. You know, the fun form of trolling, at least for me, is the kind where you fuck around. You know, it's kind of like how we do, like when we're raiding a WoW or virtually anything. We'll fucking, that's trolling. What he does is just being a fucking cunt.
Well, yeah, that's
why I don't understand how he has a viewer base at all, really, other than just the fact that there's a bunch of other people who like enjoy watching people be cunts for no reason. I don't get it. But I guess, you know, everything's different when you're like 12 years old still, right? I mean, I did watch some dumb shit back then and thought it was funny. That now I'm just like, whatever. Yeah. But I mean, I remember one time I think I clicked on his stream out of curiosity. I was like, what does this guy look like? Or like, what does his channel look like? Or some shit. And I think I was there for like 2 seconds. I was like, why does anybody want to watch this dude? I don't understand.
It's really annoying. But like what Fish was saying, the most annoying part is when you watch it, a lot of the times he's bitching at his teammates. He's like, why didn't you guys do this or do that? It's like, hold on a second, dude.
At this guy playing Reinhardt, he's like, why aren't you running Orisa? If you run Orisa, I can get in there and get killed. So why aren't you doing this?
Because I'm not here on this earth to support you, fucker.
Jesus.
I'm here to play the game.
You're playing Symmetra and you're yelling at people for not doing it.
It's fucking stupid. It's like, I hate those people when you come in, right? And they're like, will someone play healer? Oh, well, we're gonna lose because no one will play hero. I'm like, well, great. Like, I'll play whatever the fuck. I'll play whatever the fuck I want. That's my mentality. But I'm never gonna bitch at somebody else for playing what the fuck they want, unless it's done intentionally to troll. Like, when somebody fucking.
I was gonna say, unless it comes down to competitive. I feel like competitive should be everybody does the best they can to win.
Well, yeah, like but I mean, if somebody, inselects Symmetra and is trolling or shit, like, that's different. I'm just saying, if I'm playing DPS, if I inselect DPS or something, I'm not going to complain that there's no healers on the team if everybody else does that. Because I'm not going to fucking be a hypocrite,
Yeah.
If I was sitting there and I was like, fuck, somebody really needs to play healer, and nobody will play healer, well, then I guess I'll fucking, if I really care that much, I'll play healer instead of trying to get every... yeah, exactly, I won't, because I don't want to.
You'll
I want to
just
play
run
DPS
3
more than I want to.
DPS. You're like, good enough.
But
I'll
I mean,
make up for it.
My point is, unless I'm willing to swap myself, I'm not going to ask other people.
Yeah, no, I know what you're saying. It's just funny to think that you would play healer.
Yeah, no shit. The last thing I actually did want to talk about today was Sinatra. Sinatra made his debut. He is, it was really cool to see him in there. Did Space play? I don't remember if Space played. Not Space. Super. Super.
I didn't see him. Oh, but little known fact, Sinatra is pretty good.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
No,
some people had some unrealistic expectations probably for his debut, but he played well.
I think people were thinking
really well, though.
I was gonna say I think a lot of people were thinking he was gonna be like Flower and just jump on and no, it's not like that. But
you still gotta have a great team to support you.
I don't know. We'll see. I don't even know if Flower's gonna be like Flower because because there's so many better players in the league now than what it was. Yeah. I don't know if he's going to be able to do this. Not to mention, I'm not going to say not do well, but...
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm thinking that too. I'm excited for Flower, not only just because he's good, but as an Ixel fan, but at the same time, it's like, Sabiolbi is definitely the best tracer, right? And then Libero, dude has just been getting more consistent at almost everything. The dude is like the quintessential fucking... jack of all trades right now when it comes to DPS, at least. Like, what do you need? You need a Pharah. You need he didn't play Widow much before. Now he plays Widow and can counter even Carpe and stuff, right? It's like he's just like, I don't know. Why would you want to replace him unless Flower is going to come in the server and just destroy everything?
I don't know. I think
that's a hard.
With them and they fine. Like, they just specific shit.
Yeah.
I think they're going to be able to let their people develop like real specific character pools. Play, and then just adjust accordingly. But
that's one thing I really like about Overwatch. Actually, I've been thinking about lately versus other esports that I've been involved in. Like, it's so much easier and like intuitive for teams to involve subs in general in Overwatch League than is other things, because they can't. If you have a carry player coming in that specifically plays like certain carries in League, right? Because of the way the game works, you can just ban the carries they're known for, and then it's like, what are they going to do? Well, they can have a secret pick or something, but it just makes it a lot harder to have that dynamic work. In Overwatch, it's just like, okay, we're going to play this guy, he plays carries, that. You can't ban or anything, so you're just going to, we're forcing you to try to, counter that. It's really cool to see.
Not everyone has a Linkser.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Anyhow, I think that'll do it for today. Unless you guys have anything else to add. It's been
no.
What am I? Never mind. Oh, that's not what I thought that was. Backing out of there. So anyways, that's wait, do you have anything, Fox? I'm sorry, I cut you off.
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Well, in that case, we're gonna break so we can go back. So I can go back to play some video games. I have tomorrow off because it's thunderstorming and raining. So.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nice.
Gonna be
try
playing.
To get on earlier than I normally do then.
Gonna be playing some video games. Gonna feel good. Oh, that's probably what I'm gonna do a little bit tonight. Well, I got work to do, but I'm gonna play video games as well because I am a multitasker. But anyways, that'll do it for the episode 11 of One Trick Hero podcast. Thank you everybody for listening or watching if you're on YouTube or Twitch or whatnot. If you have any feedback or want to leave a comment or anything, you can reach us at onetrickheropodcast@gmail.com, or you can leave a comment in any one of our following social media outlets, Twitter, Facebook. You can listen to the show on Google Play and iTunes. We're also on SoundCloud. We're also on YouTube, of course. But anyways, thank you for listening once again. We're out of here.
So if you don't suck at Fortnite and you would like to play with other people that don't suck at Fortnite, hit us up on our thing.
Go watch Ninja stream.
No, play with us.
Yeah, play with us. Play with us if you're
stop watching Ninja. Come play with us. We need another person.
Actually, we do need another person.
3.
You want hair tips? Yeah, I'm good for that too.
Oh yeah, if you need, I was gonna say.
What you got questions about amphibian or reptile care?
Oh
Go
yeah,
ahead and go to fish. Hit him up for that.
We're gonna.
Don't hit him up.
What? What? Why not?
I don't share. I'm just kidding. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, all right. So if
You
you have
love turtles?
if you have aquatic needs, Overwatch
I
needs,
like turtles.
Fortnite needs, or hair tips, please get
We
in
should start
contact us. What?
Like real fish sports.
Real
Like-
fish sports.
Real
Yeah.
fish sports, like something you'd
fish
see on
sports.
True TV.
No,
No,
not like True
no.
TV. Not like fake shit. Like real shit. Like
Yeah.
we're talking
Let's make
puffer,
Overwatch League with
the
fish.
puffer, the puffer, the puffer, the puffer. I'm just gonna put the camera on my puffer tank.
So you're talking
That'll be
about
the whole
you're
thing.
talking about Fortnite Battle Royale Puffer Edition.
No, the glass literally couldn't handle that. But like maybe acrylic, but I don't know. I'm just saying. I don't
That's-
know if
I
it's
mean,
a
the
real
ocean could-
competition.
Well,
but
like, isn't it true that the ocean can't even really handle it? That's why there are certain puffers that allow themselves to be kept in captivity.
Oh, really?
Because they know they just would fuck up the ocean if they're in there
that's
too.
why they had to. That's why they just decided, hey, we're gonna move into freshwater rivers. Ocean can't handle us.
It's too much.
If you have any questions about the above stuff, you know where to contact us. That's
Yeah,
if
if you
that's
just want to chat about pufferfish. Yeah, hit me up.
we
I
can
have
actually do
Twitter now.
we could probably do a pufferfish podcast. Honestly,
Me too, Paul.
we have enough
Puffercast.
stuff. Puffercast. Oh my god, we need to do
Yeah.
puffercast. Okay, all right, we're done now. We'll talk to y'all later. We'll see you next week, and thank you for watching. Bye bye now.
Later.